Hi guys, today or this evening, if I get it up when I'm actually filming this, is going to be a little bit of a kind of update slash kind of an offer thing I want to tell you about. Plus I have a new coat and I'm not totally sure if I want to take it back or not. This is part of the reason I want to get it up this evening because I'm going to the shop tomorrow, and if I take it back, I'll take it back then. So anyway, the first thing is I have had my hair cut. What do you think? I just had it done today. I wanted it cut, but I didn't want loads and loads taking off. I didn't want it to be super short. I'm an impulse cutter for sure, and I tend to get kind of a bob from nowhere and then hate it. So what I did was I kept the front of it quite long. She really didn't take very much off the front at all, and then I still have this kind of annoying shorter bit there, so I'll probably end up putting it behind my ear or pinning it back so that this is a little bit more of a neat line. And the back is actually really short. I think the most annoyed I'm going to get with this haircut is going to be when I try and put my hair up, because I tend to kind of just put it up on top of my head, and obviously when I do that with this it's not really going to work because the very bottom layers are really short. So we'll see if I love this or not, but I like the feel of freshly cut hair, and obviously with being blonde the ends do get quite dry, and I wanted a cut but I really didn't want to lose all the length because it was growing quite nicely, but I think this might grow out okay. So let me know what you think, and if you've had a haircut like this, because I've never really had kind of an inverted bob type thing, let me know how you style it. I read what is she called? Gal Meets Glam, and she had a similar hairstyle, which is the person that I kind of took as my inspiration for the hairdressers, but it was longer than this, and she curls the front and it looks really nice, so we'll see. But first update, haircut. Second, I kind of feel like I've been neglecting this channel a little bit, so apologies for those of you that really like this one. I'm not kind of phasing it out or anything like that. It's just been more difficult to make videos recently. I mean, you can see the reflection over there that I have the big light box up, and I'm just taking my opportunities when they come now, whereas before I was kind of taking for granted that I would have time on the weekends, and they've just been filling up with other things, and then in the week I don't have time. So I'm filming on the evenings now, and hopefully with a little bit more planning and organisation I will be back to my regular amount of videos that I get out. So apologies for that, but I have got some videos planned, and as always, if you have any specific requests, I'll write them down, and that helps me keep them coming for you. Next, I wanted to tell you about something that I blogged about today, and I know that in the past I've blogged about offers and some of you have said, oh, I wish you'd made a video about it, because not all of you read my blog, obviously. I also Instagrammed, but still, some of you are kind of YouTube only. So I really wanted to tell you about it because a lot of the stuff is selling out quick. Apologies if by the time I get this up, everything is sold out, but Melissa, who owns the Little Black Book of Style, who I've mentioned many times before, and I buy all my Rebecca Minkoff bags from, has done such an amazing sale, and she has so many of the mini Macs and different kind of styles of the smaller bags for £50, reduced from over 100. So I'll link that below if you're interested. And I thought whilst we were here I would show you kind of a mini review of the most recent bag I got from her. I did partake in the sale myself. I wasn't going to because I really loved the neon orange, but there were two of them and one of them looked like it had silver hardware, but I asked her, she's on Twitter and she's quick to respond, and she said that they were both gold, and I was like, I wasn't sold on it. And then today they were selling so quickly I just thought, I need it. I'm going to regret it if I don't buy it. £50, it's such a good deal. So I ended up buying it, even though she has sent me a picture of one that she's getting in, which is basically inspired by the Chanel boy. It looks amazing. From what she's told me, it's going to be £108, but don't quote me on that. She hasn't had the shipment yet, so she hasn't actually seen it in person. But it's all quilted and looks absolutely amazing. So I think I'm going to save up for that as well, because it just looks awesome. But the orange one I expect will kind of look like this, but bright orange. But expect a video on that next week. The newest one, I believe, is called the Mini Crosby, but I will link it below. Full disclosure, she did send me this one. She has sent me them in the past, but I've also purchased them from her as well. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to show you it kind of a little bit more detail because it's very different from the Mini Mac. And I got the Mini Mac out just so that you could see it in size comparison. Very similar. The Crosby is slightly smaller. If you see it from the bottom, hang on, it'd be easier to see it like that. I would say just marginally smaller, but bear in mind that this is a squashier leather. This is kind of softer, and it's definitely not something that I would want to get a lot of bags in this leather because it's so prone to, you could kind of scratch it and get it damaged or stain it or whatever quite easily. Whereas this one, a ring came out of that one. Do you want to see the ring? It's this ring. It came from Hen Party, bizarrely. This one is a much hardier kind of leather. It's still nice and shiny and it's still kind of soft-ish, but it's definitely going to weather a little bit more, which I like because it's a darker colour and it's definitely something I'm going to wear more than I am the purple one. So a couple of different things about this. The inside is different. The pockets are different. There are more pockets and it just generally feels like it has more space, even though it's a smaller bag, because there aren't as many. The other one has kind of one compartment. I'll show you it. The other one has kind of two compartments rather, like this, but they're kind of lined with leather and it just feels like it takes more of the space up in that one. Whereas this one, the pockets, I don't know if they just feel smaller or if it's because it hasn't got that leather extra part. I just feel like I can get more in here. And I have a lipstick in here that I probably would never have found until I used the bag again. MAC Fashion Revival, in case you were wondering. So yeah, although it is slightly smaller, it kind of somehow feels roomier inside. It fits in there. My purse, my makeup for the day that I might need has a little area that will fit my iPhone 5 perfectly. However, I do think an iPhone 6 might be slightly too tall. I don't know where we stand on how much bigger an iPhone 6 is. I think it is bigger. That freaked me out then because there was headlights pointed straight at me out my window. But yeah, I think anything taller than an iPhone 5 is going to be slightly too big for this. You'd have to put it in the body of the bag. And I can fit like a little camera in one of the pockets as well. Quite a lot of stuff. What I would need for kind of day to day, just not for the kids. It also has two pockets. It has one pocket at the back that opens with a press stud like this. I don't think I would use this all that much unless I was going out and maybe it was like, I don't know, travel cards or something like that I might need. Something that I didn't want to put in the whole bag, but I wanted to keep the bag zipped most of the time. I can't think of a time I would use this pocket, but it's there. And then the other pocket is this one, which is slightly more secure. So again, if you were travelling, if you were kind of on the tube or something like that, or somewhere where it's going to be kind of manic and busy, you could maybe put your money in here. Because if you were one of those people that's a bit nervous about being pickpocketed, I know that some people are really kind of hot on that. I'm super casual. If you see me on any time, you could definitely pickpocket me. My purse is normally hanging out of my bag. It drives Laura from Laura Loves Beauty here on YouTube. It drives her absolutely insane because whenever we're together anywhere kind of crowded, like for example on the tube, you could definitely steal my purse. I'm the least safe person with stuff like that. But if you were so inclined, then this has got a zip pocket in the front, a little space, so maybe you could put your phone in there at most, but probably like cards and money. And then you can zip it up, and not only has it got zip, but you can put that on there, and it's got a little turn lock. So it would be pretty difficult for someone to sneakily undo that lock, open it up. You know where I'm coming from. The same as with the Mini Max, which I've shown in the past. You can make this shorter or longer, so it can be crossbody, shoulder bag. I suppose you could use it as a clutch if you really want to, because you can take the chain off altogether, but I probably wouldn't. And I just really like the colour. It's black cherry, I believe. And she does a couple of bags in this colour. What I do have my eye on, other than the new bag, which is, by the way, I think it's called a Love Crossbody. What I do have my eye on is she's got this gorgeous grey Mac, which is the size between the Mini Mac and the original Mac Daddy, which you can't get anymore, that's with silver hardware. And I totally was like, I need that. At some point, that's on my wish list. But now she has this new one coming. I don't know. I seriously don't even go and look it up, because as soon as you see it, if you are a fan of the Chanel boy bags, you will need that bag. Although I think it's going to be quite small. I'm really trying to talk myself out of it because I don't need another little handbag, especially since I just bought the orange one. But it was only £50 and that's practically free. I think we can all agree I couldn't resist another Mini Mac at £50. I think we can agree. So, really random. I'm going to show you the coat now. This is going to be the most disjointed video since my what's in my bag kind of video. But I wanted to make a video for this channel. I thought I don't have enough stuff to show you kind of clothing wise. I bought a couple of bits and pieces and the coat's probably going to go back tomorrow anyway. Although I am going shopping tomorrow. It's actually Milo's birthday, but we're going to pop into the shops and I have my eye on a particular jumper from Topshop because I'm filming something in London next week and it would be perfect for it. So fingers crossed it's still there. It was there last weekend and I convinced myself it was too expensive for what it was and I've not stopped thinking about it. So expect to see that in a video soon as well. But yeah, there wasn't really enough of anything to kind of make a video, so I've just thrown a load of things together, including look at my new hair. But yeah, I'm gonna get the coat. So first of all, this is what it looks like on the hanger. It's kind of the same style as every coat right now. And I struggle with this because I find that they just swamp me. I'm quite petite. and I really am conscious of not looking bigger than I already feel. You know, we don't want to make ourselves look larger than we do we? It's kind of counterproductive. But this is kind of the style of these coats, and I love them on other people. I just can't get on board with them with me. Maybe it's like my body type or the fact that I feel like I'm too small for them. I don't know. But I'm going to try it on, and you guys tell me whether you think I should keep it. Bearing in mind, it's obviously not going to go with this shirt. Forgive me if I'm slightly out of focus, but this is the coat. I love the colour. I really, really like the colour. It's a very me colour. And I don't really have any bright coats. It's very cozy. It's not itchy at all, because I kind of thought the material might be quite itchy, but it's not. This is what I was thinking of wearing it with. I just got this scarf from Primark, which I hauled last week. I thought it would look really cool with the very, very bright coat and the kind of checkered, or not checkered, houndstooth scarf. I don't know. Is this terrible? It didn't look anything like this on the model in Next. She was very, very petite, but I just feel like it's huge. And normally I would get a 12 in a coat and I got a 10, so this isn't even like a larger size. It doesn't feel huge. It just, I don't know. I think maybe it's just the style, and it's really difficult to get used to such a large coat when I'm used to something being a bit fitted. With regards to it actually being, I'll show you, buttoned up. Let's see whether I can button it up for you. Let's see whether it actually looks. Probably doesn't look better, because there's no waist to it. And it just, I feel like a 1995 gangster in this coat. It has pockets. No, it doesn't. Oh, yes it does. They're just tied together, I think. Unless I'm making a pocket. I think it does really have pockets. But, I don't know. Do we think this is super unflattering? I don't think that I would ever wear it buttoned up. Ever. I don't think that's particularly cute. But, I don't know. Is it just me? Does anyone else feel the same way about this kind of style of coat? I don't think I'm going to keep it. But if you guys feel totally differently and maybe it's just me, I don't know. So, just feels huge. I think if I was gonna buy a coat like this, I might get one from Primark, because this is £75 and the ones from Primark are 30, 35. And if I don't love it, I won't feel as bad. Plus, Primark has a coat that's almost, well, it basically is houndstooth. Obviously I couldn't wear the scarf with it, but kind of love that. But when I tried it on, I felt the same. But I don't want to feel the same in a £75 coat. So let me know what you think. Maybe it's just something that I need to get used to. Maybe you guys feel the same way about this bizarre trend. But it seems like you can't get a coat that doesn't look like this these days. So I want a colourful coat. Any suggestions? Welcome. And yeah, that's it for today's random video. And I will be back with more hauls. And I'm going to try and do kind of an autumn favourites before it's not autumn anymore. Kind of a fall fashion favourites. Forgive me for the alliteration and using fall, because I know it's autumn. I know we're English. But fall is cute, right? So yeah, that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!